What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets checking in. We got our Wildcard Sunday on the Dot Show coming at you. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We got 3 games on tap for today. Yesterday was the first one was a little bit of a stinker with the Bengals Raiders. We got a lot of holding penalties. I saw this morning that the crew will not officiate anymore in the postseason, which is pretty crazy. But that's how bad that crew was. That crew was horrific last night. Feel bad for anybody who had money on the Raiders. I think they should have covered that spread. Maybe potentially have covered. However, then the night game was an absolute rout from Josh Allen. Absolutely balled out and took that game a little bit personal. So he absolutely dominated. What's up, True Styles? What's up, Stanton? How we doing? We are going to be full blown on the Chiefs today. I'm not going to be on their full game spread. We are on the halftime spread, the first half spread for VIP, and then we got a couple more bets that we got today. We'll go over. I haven't made much of my DFS lineup, so I'm going to look on stream and literally piece it together today on air. So if we have any questions of who we like, who we think we're feeling today, I'll let you guys know as well. I'll be here till probably 11, and then we'll dissect. We'll go through some free bets. I got props as well, and then we'll dive into the DFS world at the end. But right behind me, we got matchbets.com. Use code DB100, and you get a 100% sign-up bonus. I'll also give you guys free VIP for a full month if you sign up and deposit. Just shoot me a DM on Twitter. Head-to-head sportsbook wagering with less juice. So I've had a couple people sign up with this, and they've had pretty good feedback with it. They like the fact that it's not up against a sports book. It is head-to-head. So pretty cool idea here. Matchbets.com, DB100. All right, so let's get into the picks right away, and then we'll dissect the DFS world a little bit. All right, so this was the official on the dot for the regular season. Ended up minus 3.73 units. We can get those units back in the playoffs here. Hopefully come out on the green. We had a nice week last week going 4-2 plus 185 units. So if you tuned in last week, you definitely cashed with us. And you guys can see we had a couple fours, minus 4 units. Those always sink you from profiting long term. However, we are going to get those back here in the playoffs. So first one, we're going to go Buccaneers -7 at minus 115. So this line has been absolutely all over the place with people in, not in, with Fournette. You got the weather issues in this game. So it started at the number at 7, got boosted up to like 9.5, and it slowly came back down, and now it's currently at 7. So I'm taking that number. Buccaneers -7. It scares me a little bit in this game. For whatever reason, the wind is just scaring me. The team total has come down for the Bucs. That probably has to do with Fournette not being activated. However, Tom Brady's always been able to do Tom Brady like stuff with whoever's on the offense. They still have Mike Evans. They still have Gronk. And they'll be able to move the football down the field. Keyshawn Vaughn will be involved. Gio Bernard got activated, which is good. And then you have Le'Veon Bell, the savvy veteran, to always rely on as well. So for pass protection or whatnot. I think this game comes ultimately down to the Bucs offense, to the Eagles defense. I think the run defense for the Bucs compared to the rush offense of the Eagles is pretty equal. They're very, very good at stopping. The Eagles are very good at running the ball. Bucs are good at stopping the run. So that'll probably dictate the majority of the game there. But I do believe the Bucs can stop the run and limit Sanders, limit those big runs and the chain moving plays for the Eagles. So I'm all over the Bucs today here at -7. And then the offense, like I said, the wind is going to gust sometimes, but the rain is out. There's no more rain. So if as long as it's like I don't think they're gonna limit the number of deep balls to Mike Evans because it's 15-mile-an-hour winds. They still have Gronk that can move the chains or whatnot. So really like the Bucs here. Don't be afraid to lay this number at -7. I was gonna pay up for the hook, but it ended up being at 7. So ended up taking that right there. Let me know if you guys are tailing, fading. Let me know. Next one, we're gonna go under Chiefs Steelers here, and this is just based on this is basically I don't believe the Steelers can keep up with the Chiefs, plain and simple. And the Chiefs defense has come a long way, and I think they can still get enough pressure on Big Ben. And if you saw last game against these two, Big Ben couldn't throw the ball deep. He doesn't want to throw the ball deep. Chiefs get thrashed when teams can throw the ball deep. Chiefs are better at the short, intermediate routes and covering those and getting pressure on the quarterback. They're going to get a ton of pressure on Big Ben today. I like the first half under 46. I've also seen first half unders in the first half for this game as well that you can take. And then if the Steelers do get in comeback mode like they normally do because their first halves have been horrific, I don't see them being able to move the ball. And I know they have Juju coming back. They have Deontay. They have Claypool. But this has been the Steelers team that has struggled to score the football all season long. So I'm gonna go here, and also I believe the Steelers are going to also play that deep cover 2. Going to be short dink passes for the Chiefs as well. Slow moving drives. It's not going to be Bills-esque like the Chiefs are not going to score like the Bills did last night. Plain and simple. They're not going to put 5 touchdowns up in 5 possessions. No way. Let's see this game be a little bit more sloppy than a lot of people think. So I like the under here at 46.5. Then a couple props. We got Rob Gronkowski over 5.5 receptions. Like I said, wind could be a factor. I do like the short kind of mid 5, 6, 7, 8-yard routes for Gronk. I can see him getting 6+ receptions today, so I like that. And then Dalton Schultz. So I'm between. I like this one, but you can also take Dak's over total passing yards, because I do think this is going to be one of the closer games of today, and they're going to have to rely on Dak, and they're 100% going to rely on Dak rather than keep feeding the ball to Zeke or Pollard. But I like Dalton Schultz. He's hit this in like 7 of 10. But you could also go the route of total passing yards for Dak Prescott. So that's another one that I might give out for free, maybe on my tweet on the home Twitter page for sure. So then I also like George Kittle to score a touchdown today. It was between him and Debo. I do like Mitchell in that game as well. I think Kittle's the best value here at +140. Cowboys are decent at covering the tight end position, but I do believe we're getting the best value here. He hasn't played as well down the stretch, so I do believe they have a couple of plays designed for him in the red zone. I think he can get in for sure, unless Debo runs the damn ball in or Mitchell. I like both of those guys today as well, but Kittle best value at +140 for sure. So those are the plays here for the on the dot Bucs 7, Chiefs Steelers under, and then the 3 prop bets. And we'll go through props.cash real quick, showing you those. And this is Dak's pass yards here. Not the greatest in terms of overall, but I believe season on the line, they're going to have to go through Dak, and that's where I lean here with Dak. But then you go to the wide receiver / tight ends here, and we have Dalton at 41.5. Absolutely has been dominating this number for some time now. It's for 12 of 17, hit this in 70% for the season. I know he didn't have that great of an outing, but if you guys look at the targets are where it's at. His last 10, he's averaged 6. He's gotten his most 8, 9, and 10 as well. So I definitely believe this. Schultz is going to be utilized today for sure. They're going to probably try to game plan to get Lamb out, to get Cooper. So if you want to get a little bit different, you can go Schultz. You can go Cedric Wilson as well for DFS to counter against the 49ers defense. And then we'll go Gronk. Let's see Gronk's. So that's his receptions. I mean, he's just boomed ever since. AB's been gone. Godwin has been gone. He's been absolutely killing it. And 7 receptions in both. So we were on his receptions last week for we knew he had to get that number to get that $1 million incentive. Pretty cool video that popped up that he had. He was gonna have to get a real job if he didn't get it. Convinced Brady to throw him another football or another pass and got him. So that was pretty cool. But no, look at these the targets here. 8, 10, 8, 9, 11. Yeah, the 2, the stinker against Carolina, but then 10 and 10. So he's just getting peppered. Last 5, he's averaged 8 targets, and I believe 6 is a low, or a 5.5 is a pretty low number. I was thinking this is going to be in the 6.5, 7 range, especially with the weather factored in. So I like that play today with the weather and with this Eagles defense. They play a little bit more zone. So I'm sure Brady and Gronk, they've played countless amount of games together. They're going to find the soft spots, and him and Evan should have good games as well. So that's where I'm at prop-wise. If anybody has any props that they're thinking about looking at, I can look them up on props.cash as well. And if you guys want to utilize this amazing tool for researching props, you can get 10% off with code .bets. So sign up with code .bets and you get 10% off their annual package. I think their annual package is like $199, so you get 10% off of that. So let me know what you guys are on today. I'd like to hear from you guys in the chat. We'll be here for about another 10 minutes or so. We are going to go towards the DFS side now. I'll probably only make 10 or so lineups today. It's not a slate that I typically like. 3-game slates are just weird in general. You got just weird. 2-game slates you can get heavy into one game and stack that game and be good. Like if you were all over the Bills last night, you cashed nicely. For me, I was all over for the Bengals yesterday and didn't end up going too well. But today, I think if you stack the best game of the week to stack is obviously Dallas and 49ers. I think Dak's side is a little bit more enticing than the 49ers side because I truly feel that the 49ers can win this game. And if they're trailing, Dak has a lot of value at home being 6,700. But you have Jimmy G at 5,300. I just don't believe that they're going to rely too heavily on Jimmy G throwing the football. So that's where I lean Dak to Jimmy G. You could go the Jalen Hurts route with 6,100 at Tampa Bay. However, with the win, the factor he's just going to be able to run the football. I don't know how effectively throwing the football he's going to be. Probably obviously with Fantasy Lab says here, Patrick Mahomes is the top one in the model. I think my top one would be Dak. So I'm going to probably build my lineups around Dak, and then those stacking, Schultz, Lamb, Cedric Wilson, and Cooper, kind of just going around and around there. And you could also put Tony Pollard in. I'm probably going to fade Zeke or be under the field in Zeke. He's got, where's he at? He's projected 28%, so I'm probably going to be anywhere between 10 to 15 on Zeke. And then, so without Fournette with the Buccaneers, you're going to have Keyshawn Vaughn, you're going to have Bernard, and then you're going to have Le'Veon Bell. So this one's probably not too accurate. They have Keyshawn Vaughn at 1% owned. I bet you he's anywhere between 5 to 10. But a lot of people are going to switch their running back to Darrell, Elijah Mitchell, and Najee Harris for sure. Derek Gore is intriguing if you want to be a little bit different. You're playing in the millionaire or something like that. You got Derek Gore at 4,000. He's going to get some run. I think Darrell Williams obviously is the best value on the slate at 5,200. They have not changed his price for whatever reason. They have not changed it, and definitely need to start. But I think everyone thought that CEH was going to play. You could go 5,000 with Sanders. You know, all reports said he is all fully healthy to go. Like I said, it's a very tough matchup with the Bucs rush defense. I think the Bucs can ultimately stop them. Don't think that he's going to have a ceiling game, and his ceiling is only 12 points according to Fantasy Labs. Nice floor of 9, but I'm going to stick with the three top guys here: Williams, Elijah Mitchell, and Najee. Maybe sprinkle in some Pollard, maybe sprinkle in some Vaughn, but more than likely keep it with Darrell, Elijah Mitchell, and Najee Harris. And then if you're stacking either quarterback, a 3x1 or a 4x1 stack is the way to go here. You could potentially go 3x2 or 4x2 if you want, just to say, hey, screw it, I'm going to go all in on Dallas San Fran game. I'm going to go all in on Chiefs Steelers. You can 100% do that. The most intriguing player of the slate, I think, is Juju at 3,000. He's min-priced, and I know that there's talks of him being on the snap count. However, you got to think he's going to play. And if he's going to play, he only has to put up 3 to 4 receptions, maybe 3 for 30 yards, and he gets his value. And you're saving, a bunch of salary with min-price guy being at Juju at 3,000. Another popular guy today is going to be Brashard Perriman. He's the for sure wide receiver 3. However, I've seen a lot of people take his under receiving yards, how he struggles against zone coverage. So, high risk play there. If you're playing in the millionaire, you can probably throw him in maybe a couple lineups. But he is projected to be 4% owned. Juju is projected to be 6. So I would probably go towards maybe Juju. I think he's the best value when it comes to wide receivers, cost-wise, salary-wise, whatnot. And Juwan Jennings for the 49ers, another one that you guys you can save money on, $3,700. He won somebody $1 million last week being in the Rams 49ers stack. So that's an option 2 that you have. And Cedric Wilson, Cooper, and Lamb. I'm gonna probably, if I'm stacking Dak, I have a lot of Wilson, a lot of Cooper, and a lot of Lamb. And you're just trying to hope for a Dak explosive game, and maybe they're trailing and they got to get going. Then you have Dalton Schultz as well, and then you come back with Kittle, you come back with Mitchell, you come back with Kittle and Samuel. So it's not as expensive as a stack as you would think. With Cedric being $4,300, you get a little bit of salary relief there. So let me know who you guys are on for DFS, who you guys are thinking of playing, what your favorite stack, game stack of the week is for sure. And if you are thinking of, a comeback, from the Steelers, Deontay Johnson's going to get peppered. You got Claypool, big target in the red zone if they get there. So those two are playable. I just like that San Fran Dallas game the best. Tight ends, Gronk's going to be heavily owned. You have Kelsey, 25% owned, and then Goddard and Schultz. Those two, 36 and 23% owned. Then you have George Kittle being 31% owned. So this tight end, I think you could safely run a double tight end this week. Safely with no hesitation. I'm okay with running a double tight end. You probably never ever hear me say that, but I think you definitely can, just with the factor that Gronk, Kelsey, Goddard, Schultz, and Kittle can be their team's number 1 target. And they're priced up as such, so you are going to play that. You're going to have to get a little bit more value play probably from your running back position, wide receiver play. But I think you can definitely double tight end flex it this week with one of these 5 options. Muth is the only probably contrarian play that I would play other than those top 5. Not going to play much of Zach Gentry, none of Bray, and none of Jarwin. So those main 5 are the ones that I'll probably circle within and out and double tight end flex it. So let me know in the comments, or if you guys have any props that you guys think of before slate lock at noon. Let me know. But yeah, that's who I'm on today for DFS. I'll build some lineups this morning, but I have not built. I usually have 20 lineups built before, and I just not a slate that I'm particularly comfortable playing with 3. I'm used to maybe a 2-game slate, showdown slate, and then you got obviously the NFL Classic slate. However, with these 3-game slates, a little bit different. So I'm just going to limit my exposures, limit my bankroll allocation or whatnot. So let me know if you guys have any other questions. Hit my DM if you do. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and let's have a profitable Sunday NFL Wildcard weekend. See you guys.